What's up, guys? So today we are going to continue working on our WordPress Elementor Pro website, and we'll be working on a sort of quote section that maybe has a fixed background image to make it look like there's a little bit of movement in it. So we can play with that and possibly even play with some of the sort of parallaxing effects that Elementor just implemented. So let's get into it. So as you can see right here, we have the dashboard and I have the home page up. What we're gonna do is add this section just below this sort of call to action section to go to these two sort of sections of the website. So what I'm gonna do, I can either go to pages and find the home page and say edit with Elementor, or I can just hit it right here. Boom. Edit with Elementor. That easy. All right. So what we're going to do is just add another section right here real quick. And we're going to want basically no columns at this point. And there's a number of ways to do this. You could do 3 columns to get this sort of center column to be where you want the text. Generally, you know, like I said before in the other videos, you want to create a little bit of white space, or they call it white space, but it can be blue space, or just space for text to breathe, space for your viewer to process the information and not get overwhelmed with text. So what we're going to do is, what I like to do is add an intersection similar to, I think I did it right here where there's an intersection there. And so I am going to make this intersection just one column actually and delete. So there's always these little edit boxes right here and here and here. So when I right click on this one, I can go delete. And now I have this full sort of box. And if I click on this little 6 dot button, the edit button, I can actually set the width of this one to say like 600. I like 600 as a width. And then what I'll do is I'll just add some breathing room on the top and bottom of it in the main section. So I'm not working on the intersection, I'm working on the main section here. And what I'm going to do is actually add some padding. I unlock it so I can add these values separately. I think I was doing 70 or 75 on the other sections. We can play around with that. So I kind of have the structure set up here and how I want it. What I'm going to do is add a background image to the main section. And so what I did is, what I'm envisioning is, since this is to get people into missions and do discipleship training schools, your website could be different, but that's what I'm focusing on this, so you want to kind of target your audience. And so I'm going to do a quote from the Bible, maybe the sort of tagline for Youth with a Mission, which is know God and make him known. And then in the background, you know, just have maybe an image of people, which I found this image for that purpose. I want to thank Papayonu Costa. That kind of sounds maybe a little Greek. Thank you for this wonderful image. What we're going to do is throw it into the background of this. So we're going to go to Style and then click on this paintbrush here. And I have downloaded the image, but it's massive. So it's 4,912 pixels wide, I believe. So that's going to blow up the internet. So I'm just going to go to resize image to web ready, which is a little thing I made. And there it is ready for me. Of course, you could just double click it and change it in the image kind of size. This just saves a little step for me. I can also throw it on this image optim and it kind of drops the size down a bit. And now it's basically ready. If you want, you can add sort of any SEO stuff like ywam, Leon, know God, make him known, something like that. And then basically I'm going to edit this up, or I'm going to upload this image right here. There it is. Insert media. So you can see it's just showing like the top of the sky. Obviously our box is a little small right now, but what we're gonna do is just make this position to be center. Okay, that helped a little bit, and then we're gonna do our size to cover. What this is going to do is gonna always fill the box. The other option, contain, will kind of fill it to whatever dimension is, I guess, smaller, and then you can either tile it or not. As you can see, since I have it center, and I turn off repeat, it's just got one. So what I'm going to do is just put it back to cover, and then it's ready like that. As far as attachment, so if you want to create a sort of moving image, you just go to fixed like this. So now when they scroll, you kind of see this little, it stays there and kind of like, whoa, what's going on? Maybe it will help people. Okay, so I'm going to put a little text over this. So what I want to do is maybe put a background overlay over this. So just a color or gradient that will help the text pop a little more. So if I go to color, I'll probably just do something just darker, you know, and so the text will pop a little more. So basically this is 100% black, but at 0.5, which is 50% opacity. And you can play around with these settings. There's different even modes for how that color overlays. You know, depending, black obviously does some different stuff. Oh, I kind of like that overlay, but anyways. Now let's add some text in there. So I think what I'm going to do is do kind of a H2 sized header, center it, and do the tagline for Youth with a Mission, Know God, make Him known. Like that, and it's black, but I would rather it be, yeah, we can do that color. Yeah, that's probably pops a bit. And then what I'm going to do is add a little bit, so this is the text editor I'm throwing down there. And this is where I'm going to put the Bible quote, which I have somewhat ready right here, which is kind of the most popular Bible verse for missions and that sort of thing. If you are a Christian, you probably know this verse. So it's Matthew 28, 19, and 20, I believe. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. And this is Jesus talking. And so that's what we call the Great Commission, if you are interested in that, if you don't know. If you're with YWAM, you're a YWAMer, you know that verse pretty well. So what I'm going to do is center this text and also make it a brighter color, like white. And I will also maybe add a little bit of like space, more space between the lines, and this is called line height. So we'll go maybe 2M. Yeah, that's looking good. We'll see. I'll increase the size to not 2. It's something like that, so they can read it pretty easily and they can see it. Okay, that's looking good. I still might add a little more padding on the top and bottom. So let's go, maybe on this, we'll just go big. Go big or go home. Yeah, that way it kind of looks a little more centered anyways. And more standy-outy. That is not proper English, but that's okay. All right, so we have our section here. So when I click on this main section to edit it, here, let me update this real quick. And we can see it on like a main page. Preview changes here. Okay, we're scrolling. Now you can kind of see it. So it's coming together. Let's just leave it at that. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it helped you. Ask any comments in the comment section, and yeah, I'm here to help, here to serve you. So just let me know. Thanks again. Bye.